Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to give everybody time to get in here. Who's my one person that's showing up right now? Can you say hi? Here's baby Skylar. Okay, I got two people. Oh, I got people messaging me too. Swipe that off of there. But we are gonna have a little community chat. There's Ashley from Wonderful World of Reborns. Hi, living it Gmail style. Okay, Ashley, I'm gonna give you your wrench. Okay. Ashley is gonna help moderate. We're gonna keep the chat classy. We don't want to. You can talk about opinions and situations, but please do not bring up channel creators or anything like that. We don't want to do that at all. I apologize for my bad lighting. Like every bulb in my house decided it wants to shoot. I don't know why. But we have got some great topics that we're going to talk about. Call you Gigi? Okay. Whoop whoop. First time getting a wrench, Ashley said. Nicole, are you on here? There she is. Nicole says hi. Nicole's got a wrench too, but we were trying to practice a live before this one, and I just did it unlisted because I was trying to bring her on. Hi, Wishes and Wonder. Hi, Mia. I was trying to bring her on because on panel, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. It said on Google that you could do it with a cell phone. I couldn't figure out how to do it. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk about some things with her. And if you have questions, I'm going to read them to her because it's just easier, because it's harder with her screen reader to like reply and read questions that are being asked in the chat. So we talked about this ahead of time. I said I'll just read them out loud, any questions that y'all have for Nicole. But first I want to introduce my sis Ashley. Eyes can multitask, ears cannot. Right, that's what Nicole just said from Special Angel Art Dolls. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm going to help out like that. But I'm going to introduce the moderator, Ashley from Wonderful World of Reborn. She's my sis from another miss. I'm telling you, for a long time. We go way back to 2016, just like Nicole and I do, and Mia and I go way back. But we wanted to do community topics chat. I don't know if I want to get this where you can still see baby Skylar too, because I got him here. Look at my darling, y'all. But we're going to do just a community chat. This is going to be a fun chat. And some of the things we're going to talk about. He knows you too, Auntie. Yes, love you to life. That's way better than love you to death, huh? Thank you, Gigi. Gigi said, oh, he is so sweet. He is my precious. I'm telling you, I love this baby. Love him, love him. But some of the topics that we want to talk about tonight. So did I introduce you, Ashley? I said I was going to. Yeah, I did, because I said I've known you since 2016. But anyway, she's back on YouTube, y'all. She was off YouTube for a little bit. She's back now. Go show her channel some love. Wonderful World of Reborns. You'll see her in the chat. She's one of my mods. Hi, Tina's Reborns. So go show her channel some love. She just recently came back to YouTube. She's having... Did you ever get that straightened out where YouTube is like saying all your content's for children and not letting people ring your bell? Or is that still like a problem that you're trying to get fixed? I'm going to go over here and open this window for a second, y'all, and see if that helps let a little bit more light in here because it's really dark and I'm sorry. It was even worse in my nursery because a bunch of bulbs are out in there too. Is that better? Yeah, that helped. That helped a lot. Okay, what did you say? My chat disappeared. It's still an issue working on it. So she's still having an issue with that. Like YouTube is marking all her stuff for kids. So it's not letting you, she said, Ashley said, thank you, Special Angel Art Dolls. It's not letting you ring the bell for her for some reason. So anyway, she is one of my mods. She's going to help keep the chat classy and clean, which I don't think I'm going to have any issues with anything, but I had a live one time before on my old channel. Whoop, my dog just ran by and hit the, the tripod, where like a literal troll came on and was saying very inappropriate things. Do you remember that, Ashley? That troll came on and said something about, I want that booty meat or something. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna try to keep stuff like that away. So anyway, yeah, anybody that says anything like that, it's timeout is not even an option. We're just gonna get you out because we don't want any trolls. But Nicole is wanting to come on. Yeah, that was crazy. So Nicole wants to come on from Special Angel Art Dolls, and she is visually impaired. She was born that way, and she wants to talk about accessibility and the things that she uses. Hi, Patricia. To participate in our hobby and all of the wonderful advances of technology and how helpful it is to include everyone, and also things that we can do to help people feel included who might have like a visual impairment or hearing impairment or anything like that. Because I think it's fun to learn those sort of things. I've actually had people who come to me, hi Brenda, my wee Reborn's cradle. Yes, it will. Tina said this will be very educational. So if anybody has a question that they would like to direct toward Nicole real quick, go ahead and type that in while I mention the other topics that we're going to talk about tonight. Some other topics we're going to talk about is the comment problem that's going on with YouTube. And the Doll Mom Diaries. I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see the finished product on that Mia is doing. She talked to me about the idea and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so fun. And then, she put her video up about it and I was so excited to get my little essay in. And so she is putting out an ebook called the Doll Mom Diaries. It's going to be totally free. And where did you say it was going to be available, Mia? Is it Amazon? Is it like on Amazon through Kindle? Or just you can download it anywhere, not just with Kindle? Potentially, yes. Okay, so it'll be a free ebook that you can download and you can read all of our Doll Mom Diaries. So if no one has a question right now, I'm going to direct my first question to Nicole. Nicole earlier is working with the formatter at the moment. Oh, okay. So she's trying to get the format figured out for the Doll Mom Diaries. So my first question for Nicole, I guess, would be if you could explain to everyone how you have grown through this hobby, like how you started out being very hindered when you were participating in it versus today, how much better it is and the different technologies that help you participate. Ashley said, excited about it, didn't get mine in on time, but still can't wait to read. Oh. I'm very excited about that. I just think it's a really fun thing to do for like everybody in the community, um, to just be able to get together and share their thoughts and um, how they became, like mine was how I became a reborn mommy. And it was very easy to do. Like I started out with this little rough draft where I was just like scribbling things down on a piece of paper. And I had the ideas just sitting there because I was gonna just do this big elaborate thing. And then I was like, but why? I'm just gonna put down, I totally changed it, by the way, Mia. I don't know if I told you that. But I had a different thing going on in my rough draft. And then when I actually turned it into you, I went a totally different direction and just made it this simple, the simple thing that I sent to you. Mia said the essays are very wonderful, very diverse, yet we all have a common thread. Exactly. Hi, Jamie. Let's talk about it with Jamie just showed up. We got Skylar right now saying hi to all his aunties. Auntie Jamie said, look at that face. Just look at that little face. Y'all, and his hair. Oh my goodness. I love the way his artist roots. Ashley said, these dolls have been my saving grace, especially with what I'm going through now. I know. People don't understand how wonderful and life-saving that these dolls are and like how helpful they are. And that's why I like to take my dolls out. I know a lot of people have a totally different opinion when it comes to taking the dolls out. Like they feel like it hurts the hobby versus helping the hobby. But I think it does, it helps because that way when people see you out with these dolls, they're going to ask you questions about them. And then if you want to, you can explain, I use this. If you've got that doll with you as a comfort, which I take my doll with me as a comfort. And then there's other times when I'm just like, hey, I'm going to make a video today and see if somebody notices this is a doll. And, it's me having fun. So I hope we didn't lose Nicole. Oh, there she is. She said, I'm super excited about the Doll Mom Diaries. Whoop. Attempting to answer your question, Penny, but YouTube says I'm too wordy. Oh gosh, too wordy. My Wee Reborn's Cradle said, I'm looking forward to reading it, Mia. I'm sorry I never contributed this time, but Tanya, owner of Reborn Life magazine, wanted me to write up a piece for her latest edition. Yeah, I mean, you're still out there having fun and doing your thing. It doesn't matter where you do it at, as long as you're having fun and sharing your dolls. That's right. Wishes and Wonders said, no worries. That's so exciting. Okay, well, while Nicole is trying to get her answer in to the question that I ask, definitely share with more people in the future. That's awesome. I want to talk about some things that I'm doing. Okay, Patricia. Patricia said she'll be right back. I want to talk about one thing that I want to start doing on my videos to help visually impaired and also hearing impaired. I want to do, for the visually impaired, I want to make sure that I do a scene setter, especially with my role play videos, so that the scenes that my sighted followers can see what the scene is. Like you're looking at the screen right now and you can see that I don't know if you can see all of it because I don't have my thing back far enough, but I'm sitting in the dining area of my living room. Like I have a dining table over in one corner of my living room and I've got baby Skylar holding him in my lap. And, you can kind of see there's a shelf with pictures over here and all that. So what I want to start doing, hi Dottie. Dottie's Daisies just showed up. I want to start doing something called scene setters. And if somebody else wants to do scene setters, I'm good. then feel free to do so. It's not just my idea. I'm sharing it with everybody. But I'm just going to include in my description box and maybe even in a pinned comment, but definitely in the description box, the setting of the scene in the video. Like if I'm doing a changing video, I want to describe the scene. Like if it's baby Skylar, I'm going to say baby Skylar getting changed into an outfit with a sailboat and laying on the changing table with, I'm literally just going to set the scene. What's there? Is he holding a stuffed animal? So that when someone pops onto the video that's visually impaired, they're going to know exactly what's showing up on screen. Oh, thanks, Jamie. Well, I mean, I just wanted to do that as some type of contribution to make it easier for people to participate so that everyone can feel included. Okay, so Special Angel Art Doll said, to my question where I was like, how have you grown over the time, and how it was harder for her to participate on the beginning and then it got easier to participate in this hobby. Because just think about it. We just came into this hobby and picked the dolls up and started making videos, and it was that easy for us. So, okay, she says, I got into Reborns about 12 years ago. Technology to participate in the community aspect just wasn't there at all at that time. I was an observer only, really. So she could watch videos, but that's it. Like she couldn't comment, she couldn't subscribe, she couldn't do any of those things. So it made it more difficult to participate. Oh, my husband's home. Hey, Monty, we're on live. You want to come say hi to my friends?
I'll try, when
the dogs are super excited.
When they,
I know y'all can hear them.
They quit knocking stuff over, Okay.
My wee Reborn's Cradle said, I love the scene setter. Wait a minute. My comments are jumping around, y'all. Sorry. I love the scene setter ideas. I have a playlist for visually impaired where I describe everything, but it was years since I made one. I should make them again. Yeah, that's great. That's a great way to contribute and to help people out. My dogs get super excited when we go home. They're so excited, Brenda. Nicole said these days technology for taking pictures and videos has come a long way. I never would have believed I could do that back then. It still takes me a long time, but I can do it. So she's participating. So Nicole, what you're saying is you're participating in the hobby, but even still with all the technology, there's still some obstacles that you have to face to participate.
No.
Wishes and Wonders said I need to be better about scene setting. Look at this handsome man.
Ha!
See my handsome man?
I need to shave and I need some new teeth because my teeth are terrible.
It's okay.
Fins up!
Wishes and Wonders said I need to be better about scene setting. I mean, we just don't think about it. It's not that, I don't think anybody purposely, leaves anyone out. And this is not what this video is about. We're not trying to, call anybody out and be like, oh, so-and-so needs to do better. We've actually had people ask, what can I do to make things better and more accessible? So I thought it was a great idea to just come on and do this video because people actually want to know what can they do. Nicole said, thank you all so much for caring about sharing these details with me and other blind reborn moms. We so appreciate it. It makes a huge difference to us. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad that just little things that I can do that takes a few seconds.
Don't you start biting.
Takes just a few seconds to do. Ashley said the dogs are so excited. Hey, Paul. Ashley said, hey, Paul.
Hi.
And Mia said, hi, Penny's hubby. And Gigi said, "Wow, what an awesome guy." He sure is. Like I couldn't ask for a better husband. Like, I mean, I could, but I wouldn't get one. Not a better one.
Oh.
But just the little things that we can do that just takes a few seconds of our time, like putting a closed caption on a photo, on our community walls or on Facebook when we put a picture up. Just take that little extra time to say what's going on in that picture. Like,
This is the only one that matters.
that's his favorite baby right there.
This is the only one that matters. This is my Izzy. This is my Izzy. Skylar wishes he was as pretty as little Izzy.
He's like, what?
Yeah.
I know you didn't.
Oh yeah, I did.
He is a hoot. Never a dull moment. But yeah, like putting the closed caption on a picture, anything like that. Does anybody else have anything they would like to ask? Ashley said, I love Easy Poo too. Brenda said, I'm subbed to everyone here that makes videos except Nicole. I sub to her now. Special Angel Art Dolls. Oh, thanks, Brenda. See, bringing the community together. So yeah, closed captions on pictures. And speaking of closed captions, Nicole and I were talking earlier about hearing impaired. If you speak a little more clearly in your videos, the closed captioning will be more accurate. So that's another way, like, because I know the closed caption on my videos say some crazy stuff because of my Southern accent. That's just how it is. But making sure that you're like speaking loud enough that the whatever the equipment is that YouTube uses to pick up your voice can accurately read your words. That's a good way to help people who are hearing impaired, because they're actually reading everything that's being said in your video so that the words can be a little more accurate. So we kind of came up with that. Like, that would be a good way that we as a community can contribute, is make sure we're speaking clearly and loudly. Doesn't matter what your accent is. I'm always going to have a Southern accent. It's just the way it is. But I mean, they're going to know that the words are not going to be completely accurate, anyone who's using closed captioning, but it'll just help, if we do that. Mia said, oh, but I adore that accent. Speaking of hearing impaired, movie recommendation, Coda, it's awesome. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. Good recommendation. Brenda said, Coda, I will look for that movie, Mia. So yeah, y'all can look for that. Let's see. I wrote some stuff down. Okay, so I'm going to bring up something. Ashley said, we'll check it out. Thanks, Mia. What Nicole informed me about something that it's called visual centric activity. Thank you for educating me on that. A visual centric activity is an activity considered by people who are not sighted to be something that only people who can see should. I don't want to word that wrong, Nicole. Visual centric activity means that that's what people who are sighted participate in, and that it would be harder. Or she said it's a snobby term blind people use. Okay. So basically what that means is that is a category that they're putting this activity in that should only be for sighted people, but it's not sighted people doing it. It's people who are not sighted who are saying that. Not all of them, like she said, I guess a certain percentage. So her equipment that she has helps her to participate in those types of activities, something that's considered visual centric. Because when she didn't have the technology, she couldn't comment, she couldn't subscribe. So it would make it so much harder for her to go onto YouTube. Something that we just take for granted every day. We just go on YouTube and we look through our notifications and be like, oh, someone's uploaded a video. Let me go check that out. She didn't have that option. So because of all this technology, she can participate in that. So with us helping and doing the little things that we can do, like scene setting and captioning pictures and things like that, that's another way that we can help Nicole participate in what's considered a visual centric activity that she loves. She loves participating in this hobby that without those things, it would be much harder for her to participate. Wishes and Wonder has a question for you, Nicole. Is the technology complicated or costly? So she's asking, is the technology complicated or costly? Nicole says, I have an iPhone. Where'd it go? My comments keep jumping, sorry. I have an iPhone and a lot of accessibility that comes with it. There is even technology that allows the camera to tell me when it detects a face and where it is in the frame. See, I love that. Like that's just awesome because that technology is being her eyes for her because she can't tell where the face is on the screen. So that's something that's wonderful for her to have. Like, I can't imagine her not having that and not being able to participate. My Wee Reborn's Cradle said, I'm a teacher and have worked in resource. It is amazing of all the toys and activities for many impaired disabilities. Right. Nicole and I were just having a conversation the other day about that, about, visually impaired children do so well with loud, annoying toys. Like that's what she was talking about. She was like, the louder the better, the more annoying the better. Because it's that stimulation that they need that gets their attention because they can't see it. So the louder something is, the more they can hear it, it's going to stimulate them to touch it and feel it and explore it more. Hi, Mama's little ducklings. Let's see. Mama's little duckling said hi to Brenda. So yeah, everybody's just kind of saying hi. So Special Angel Art Doll said, of course I have to pay for the phone, but it's a piece of mainstream tech. This is to answer Mia's question. There are also apps that allow me to access sighted assistance to a degree. The app is rather pricey, but worth it. Right. Anything that can help you and be a resource for you, it's worth what you have to pay for it because it's going to pay you back, I guess, in the long run. You're paying money out for it, but it's paying you back in life experiences, helping you to do the things that you couldn't have done. And also something I mentioned to Nicole earlier, that because of that technology, I have her as a friend. Because if she wasn't able to participate and comment, I wouldn't have known she was watching my videos. So when she was just a watcher from the outside looking in and she couldn't participate and do all those things, then I'm going to put Skylar on my hip because I've been holding him up with my arm and he weighs 10 pounds, y'all. So we're going to do this for a minute. There we go. Like I said, I'm sorry that I wish I could get better lighting, but it sucks. Literally have one bulb in this whole living room. They all decided that they were just going to shoot. Like you flip a light switch on and poof, they disappear. But yeah, I was telling her, I was like, we met as friends because of that technology and we talk and chat all the time. And so because of that, it brought her together with us. Like we wouldn't have even known she was there if she wasn't able to participate and communicate with us. We wouldn't have known. And she's like a really close friend and sister of mine. So I mean, like we're not just YouTube buddies. It's like we chat all the time and we call each other. I mean, what did we talk for like an hour and a half today, Nicole? We didn't even realize how much time had passed. I was like, holy crap, we've been on here for like an hour and a half. I looked at my phone and I thought it was going to say 5 o'clock, and it actually was like 15 till 6. And I was like, oh no. My Wee Reborn's Cradle said, true, even in the schools, these products for many types of disabilities are so expensive. The most we cater to are autistic, and wow, one item could be over $1,000. Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of another barrier, like the price and all that, like, because who can afford that sometimes? So, that's a good question, Nicole. For people who need help and assistance with any type of products like that that helps them, are there any type of companies out there, or not companies, but programs that will help someone financially who needs assistance buying those things? Is there some you could kind of throw out there? I mean, someone might be watching that's interested in knowing. Nicole says, before that technology existed, I had no reborn friends. I felt very isolated as a doll mom. I'm so glad that's changed, and I want it to change for everyone whenever possible. I know, wishes and wonders, so that hurts my heart, Nicole. Yeah, I mean, we don't realize because we take it for granted because um we're just able to turn our phones on and go into YouTube, like we had no idea. We really didn't. And that's why I think it's important that we talk about it because it's important that everyone feels included and like they're part of everything. Brenda said, I agree, Special Angel Art Dolls. I'm so happy you were able to find friends. Whoops. You were able to find friends through technology. Absolutely. Actually, we all have because YouTube is part of the technology that helped to bring us all together. Um, Special Angel Art Dolls, Nicole said, sometimes there are what agency you go through depends on your disability, but a good place to start is your state vocational rehab agency if you're in the US. That's great information. I'm glad. My nephew, he is legally blind. And he went through an agency called Developmental Skills, and they gave him all types of goodies like that, types of technology. And I had a friend I went to school with, and she was a lot like Nicole in the way that Nicole talked about this in one of her videos, and that's why I'm saying it. I'm not trying to speak words in her mouth. She said this on her video. That she is totally blind. Like she can't see like shadows or figures or light or anything. And a friend that I went to school was the same way. And she had this little braille writer, and I was telling Nicole, I was like, I used to go into or we would go into like the gym or whatever, and she'd be with me, and I'd be like, okay, I would literally set the scene for her, like what's going on in this room. Like, okay, so and so and so and so is sitting over here on the benches. They're on the third bench up, and they're over to the left, and then over here, so and so and so and so, they have a basketball at the basketball goal, like so that she was hearing those sounds. She knew the basketball was being dribbled, but she didn't know who had it. So like I would be telling her, oh, that's so and so. They're over there doing that. And it became such a part of like, it was just a thing that I did. It wasn't like um, it wasn't alien, like a lot of people probably experienced where like, if there's something different, they're like, what's that? Like, why is everybody doing that? To me, that was just something that I did. It was something that my friend needed done. Ashley said, me too. Having friends makes the hobby a bit more fun, and knowing that there are people you can relate to is awesome. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. It's just everybody, you find your people. Nicole says, I'm really sorry I can't provide resources for those in other countries. Well, I mean, that kind of helps them because anybody out of the country, because like they might could go to their human services or whatever it is they have and say, the US has this that helps people who need help with the technology. Do we have anything like that? So that still sends them like in the right direction. Nicole says nonprofits are good places to check with too. Wishes and Wonders said, agreed, Ashley. Hi, Shirley. Shirley said, hi, my dolly friend. My Wee Reborn's Cradle said, Mia, I'm sure you were the one many years ago to inspire me to create videos for the visually impaired. Thank you for that. I should do more of them so we can continue to spread awareness. Okay, absolutely. Yay. Let's do it. Let's do it, y'all. Thanks for this live to remind us. It was the least I could do, you know? Like, I just want to be helpful. Mama's Little Duckling said, so you're talking about a talking tech? Is that directed to Nicole? Nicole, would you like to answer Mama's Little Ducklings? Wishes and Wonders said, I did. Well, I'm glad. Special Angel Art Doll said, you were such a caring person, even when you were a child, Penny. You all are amazing. Aw, thank you. There's some very amazing women in this community. Like, I am so honored to be in this community with people with such big loving hearts. Like, I'm just blown away by the support and love that I have been shown from people through different seasons of my life that I've been going through or whatever, you know. And when my dad passed away, oh my gosh, like, hardest thing I ever had to deal with recently, you know, like, and then my sister passed away and then my first husband passed away. But as far as like being in this community, like that was one of the biggest blows since I've been in the reborn community. And so many people were there for me and reached out to me and were just there for me. But I guess the one reason why it means so much to help people is because Nicole and I were talking about this earlier. Like, she said, it makes sense to me now why it matters so much to you. Because I would always reach out to her and say, hey, if I did this, would this make this better for you to be able to participate? And she'd be like, yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, thank you. You know, and I'd be like, no, you don't have to thank me. I just want to know. And so, oh, and Nicole said, yes, I use speech on my technology to read what's on the screen. So that's your answer to Mama's Little Ducklings. She does use speech with her technology to read on the screen. And then it reads it to her. Is that right, Nicole? It voices it back to you. So, you know, I had my nephew who was born legally blind, and, you know, and I wanted to make sure, I know I would do things with him and to help make things easier for him. And I saw how he adapted to things on his own. Like, adaptation is another thing. And Nicole even spoke about some things like that. She said it's not just the technology, it's your body itself learns an adaptation to help you, because you know, if you don't have your sight, then other parts of your brain kind of take over. And it's kind of like, I was like, oh, so you're superhuman, you know, like we were talking about that. And I was like, so you got a superhuman ability. But it kind of is like that. It kind of is. That's awesome to think about that. Like, because your body can take over and enhance other senses if one is impaired. And I think that's miraculous. Like, when you think about it, how our bodies can adapt. Brenda said, honestly, people with impairments adapt so wonderfully. It's actually quite amazing what a human can learn. Yeah. I mean, I've seen videos of people who, and I'm like, how do they do that? Like, people with no arms who can eat with their toes. I couldn't do that. You know, if I tried to put a fork between my toes, oh my gosh. No telling what kind of mess I'd be making. Nicole said, human bodies are really cool and can do cool things. All of you have that potential in your body too. Mm-hmm. Agreed. I have a friend of mine that was involved in a car accident and she was right handed. And so her right hand got nerve damage. So she had to learn to write with her left hand. I tried to write with my left hand and it was a mess. I was like, what did I didn't even know what I wrote and I wrote it. Like I tried to like write a whole page out and then try to read it back. And when I got to at the top of the page where I was writing, I was like, what did I say there? I couldn't even read my own writing. Gigi said, my great grandson has Down syndrome and is an amazing kid. I bet he is. Like, you know, anomalies that happen within the human genome are just, yeah, they might be obstacles that they have to constantly deal with. But can you imagine that? Like the adaptation that has to take place that helps them to do that? That's just awesome when you think about the things that they have to do. Like Nicole participating also in our hobby, even though she has all this technology to help her, it's still a process that she has to go through for something that's so easy for us. Nicole says, so my brain can reroute stuff it doesn't need to see, but I can't even feed myself with my right hand because I'm a lefty. Now, that's one thing I'm kind of ambidextrous on. I can switch hands with a hammer. I could be nailing a nail in with my right hand, and if I need to nail a nail over here, I've done it all my life. I didn't even realize that I could do things like that. I didn't know that it was different, I guess I should say, like until someone said, did you just switch hands with your hammer? And I was like, yeah, can't you do that? Like I was like a teenager and one of my friends came over to spend the night and we had just moved in this house. And so she came over to help me get my room set up. Gigi said, I'm a lefty too. My dad was a lefty also. So she was helping me get my room set up and I was hanging pictures on my wall. And she was the one that kind of like freaked out because I had the hammer in my right hand. And so I was like, bang, 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 nailing in the nail. And then I wanted to hang a picture on this side. So the left side of my brain was like, well, just switch sides. So then when I wanted to hang the picture on this side, I literally just switched hands with the hammer and started nailing in with that hand. And my friend was like, did you just switch hands? And so I noticed that there's a lot of things that I do with my left hand. A lot of things that I do with my left hand. I cut things with my left hand with a knife. I just found my superpower. Yeah, there's my superpower right there. Like if I'm cutting a steak or whatever, I'm always cutting left-handed. Let's see, other things that I do. I open doors left-handed. Like I always reach out. Like when my husband and I first got together, he asked me, was I left-handed? Because I do a lot of things in a left-handed manner, except right. I write with my right hand. Wonderful World of Reborn said, yes, she did. I need one now. What, a superpower? You got one. You're a sweet, wonderful sister. That's your superpower. And another thing that Nicole and I want to express that we talked about, like I said, this is not a calling out video saying, oh, we need to do better. This is literally like an educational video. Like these are things that we can do that can help. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like any little thing that you do. Ashley said, yes, so sweet. Thank you. I try. You do more than try. You succeed. Anything that you do, anything that you want to do to like improve something for someone who's visually impaired or hearing impaired or whatever, any effort that you put out is wonderful. I can't even hold a spoon with my right hand. I can't eat with my left hand. I have done that. Like I've put a fork or a spoon in my left hand. I eat with it no problem. It's just the writing. Like the writing, it looks like a 2-year-old did it. I can't get that cursive. You can forget it. I tried to do cursive writing and it's just not happening. I can't even form a letter, but I can print somewhat. Like you can sort of read it, but it's like you just catch a letter here and there. My we reborn's cradle. That's kind of hard to say, Brenda, or for me anyway. I had facial palsy twice in my life, so my left side is extremely weak and slow, even my arms. But I guess my right side of myself made up for that. I mean, that's another one of those special things the human body can do. Like when something does happen, something else is always going to take over and try to help you out as best it can. Like other nerves can take over if the damage is not so bad. That's what they were hoping would happen for my friend who was in the car accident. They were hoping that other nerves would kind of take over and graft in and help her to where she could use her hand. And even though she did get some function back, she couldn't grasp a pencil and write. Like if you put it in her hand and if she tries to write, the pencil will just fall out of her hand. Like she can't grip it. She said it's a tongue twister, but I promised myself I would never change my channel name, nor my icon pick and channel pick. I mean, yeah, each to their own. I mean, it's a cute name, but when I'm trying to speak it too fast, that it's me. It's my wee reborn cradle. And then when I try to like just blurt it out there, like we and reborns just kind of goes together. So yeah, you don't gotta be perfect. You know, it's not. We're not trying to call anybody out or anything. It's just we think it's important to educate everybody on accessibility for everyone. So I wrote down the topics because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything. Another thing, a topic I would like to talk about, and something that oh my gosh, it broke my heart. Like I literally shed some tears over this because I was so sad because I felt so bad about the comments. Oh, and Nicole said I've never even perfect at remembering. I'm never even perfect at remembering to describe everything about my own stuff. I just appreciate that people care and thanks all of you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we were talking about that too because I was like, man, there was something on my video the other day that was in the scene that I wanted to make sure I described and I forgot, and she was like, that's okay because I do it too. I want to talk about something too and I forget. So, yeah, it's don't have to be perfect. Just putting out that little bit of time, that little bit of effort just makes all the difference in the world and it doesn't have to be perfect. But the comments, I'm having the biggest problem with YouTube taking some of my comments and they just vanish. I'll see them in the notifications and I'll go to click on it to respond and it won't be there. And then I'll go to YouTube Studios. It's not even there. It's not even in my comments to approve. So I feel really bad because I don't want people to think I made a video about it once, but I want to go ahead and talk about it. Mia just said she's having the same problem. Is anybody else having that problem that's on here tonight right now? It's heartbreaking because Brenda said same with me, Penny. The comments go and then reappear and then disappear again. Mine don't even reappear; they're just gone forever. And I had a dear friend of mine that I have been friends with for so long. Gigi says it happens to her too. Right. She said, I feel horrible because I'm not blocking you if you comment. Brenda did. I had a friend who thought I had blocked her. And so I happened to visit another person's channel and I saw her comment and I just glanced over and I saw my name and I was like, oh, what did they say? And she was sad because she thought that I had blocked her and shunned her. And she was like, well, I guess I'm just not everybody's cup of tea. And I was like, no, because this is somebody that I have been friends with since I started in this hobby on YouTube. And it literally made my heart hurt because I was like, she thought that I had blocked her and she hasn't done anything to me. Ashley said, happened to me, but it was a comment I could do without, so I'm kind of happy about it. Well, sometimes it works in your favor. That was Ashley. I guess the YouTube gods were working in your favor that day. They're working against me, that's for sure. They mess with my likes too. They take likes away. And then sometimes they'll put them back, but then they'll take them again. So it'll be like I'll get on there, which I don't get like tons of likes on my videos either. Anyway, like I'm not this big popular YouTuber. I'm not worried about the likes or dislikes like that. That's not something that I focus on. I appreciate the likes, but it's not something that I focus on to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody put a thumbs down, or oh my gosh, I don't have many likes. Um, Hold on, I just got a message. Oh, that's okay. Dottie was saying she was sorry she had to leave the live. That's fine. Don't worry about it, sis. And so I just felt really, really bad because a YouTube glitch or whatever it is you want to call it actually made one of my friends feel like that I had blocked them. And this person has never, ever, ever been anything but kind to me, ever. So I felt really bad about that. And so I reached out to her and I was like, no, 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 you're not blocked. As a matter of fact, I just left your channel, you know. But yeah, I felt really bad about that. So I just want to let everyone know, if you ever come to my channel, I'm going to try something though. I do. My mom's little duckling said, do you think there's a glitch in YouTube system or something? It is. It's got to be, because it's not me doing it. I know it's not me. So it's got to be something going on with YouTube. And it's not just happening to me. So there's several people on here who said it happened to them. But what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to put a pinned comment in every comment section. I'm going to try to remember to do that. And say, if you have a problem with your comment sticking, try to comment under this comment. Maybe that's a solution. Like, because I don't have problems with comments disappearing that are in response to a comment that's already there. I did notice that last night because I've been trying to find a solution to this problem. I don't know if it's going to fix it, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I'm just going to have. So if you come to my channel and you comment, hit the refresh after you comment. If your comment disappears, that means YouTube took it, because it happens to me almost every time I comment on Life with Carrie. I don't know why. And then I will refresh and it disappears. And if it does, I change my wording. One thing that happens is if you use the word great video, it sounds spammy. And if you mention the word subscribe, it sounds spammy, I think, to YouTube, and they think you're like a bot just going around to people's channels saying, great video, subscribe, blah, blah. I think that's what happens. But then a lot of times, it's not always, because when you see the comment in notifications, you'll get like the first couple of sentences, and then it just kind of trails off and goes ... It'll be something like, oh, baby Skylar looks so cute in his little outfit, sis. And then I go to click on it, and it'll be more, because there'll be dots showing that there's more to the message. So I don't, I'm like, what was bad about that? What's bad about somebody commenting and, saying that my baby is cute? Like, I don't get why that comment was chosen. But almost every time I go to Life with Carrie's video and comment, I have to leave a second one, because I'll refresh it. Like if you're on your phone, just refresh by pulling it down. And on the computer, however you refresh your screen on your computer. But with the phone, you just pull down on the comment section after you've put it through. And if your comment disappears, then you know that YouTube took it. It was not me. Brenda said, I'm so thankful the bot comments on my videos go straight to the review pile. Yeah, I don't have a problem with those going to review. And then Wishes and Wonder said, yeah, those bot comments with the naughty links are always getting through. Amen, sister. I cannot stand that. I'm like, really, YouTube? You're going to take my friend's comment and make them think that I blocked them or, shadow ban them. And you're going to let this person put this link onto a naughty video. Way to go, YouTube. You know, like I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on with it. I don't know why they do that. Yeah, I have the same thoughts, Penny, is what Brenda said. It makes no sense. Like it makes absolutely no sense. And I was just like I said, I'm not kidding. I cried when I knew that my friend thought that I blocked her because I could, could just imagine her sitting there going, "What did I do? What have I said?" When she hasn't said anything. So she was like second guessing herself, trying to figure out what she had done to me when she had done absolutely nothing to me. And it probably didn't help that when she started having problems commenting on my videos, right after that, I took like a 3.5 week break from YouTube. So I wasn't even on YouTube at all. I didn't post any videos. And I think I posted like one photo saying, I'm still here, I'm coming back, and thank y'all for supporting me. So, I think that probably made her feel even worse because I wasn't even on here putting up videos or coming and visiting her channel. Let's see. One time I would comment back, then the whole comment, mine and the original, disappeared, and I thought I accidentally deleted it, and I would freak. No, what happened? That was Brenda. I haven't had that one to happen. Nicole from Special Angel Art Doll said, I think YouTube uses too much artificial intelligence to keep things under control. Maybe they should be less controlling across the board. Yep. AIs are never going to be, it can't replace a person. But I do understand that YouTube is such a huge platform that, oh my gosh, can you imagine the manpower they would have to keep up with all that? That's why people's comments get disabled too. Like Nicole from Special Angel Art Dolls and another friend of mine, Renee from Renee's Reborn. Every time they show their toddler doll, and I can't figure out why that's happening because I show my toddler doll and it doesn't happen, but I do put like this big, huge description in my description box every time explaining that they're dolls and what they are. Like I'm describing what a reborn doll is and what audience they're targeted for. Like any of the whatever sites that you go on that has reborn dolls, when they describe who it's for, they're all going to say that they're intended for adults. And then they'll even have like an age limit, like, if you're going to buy it for a child, like most of them will say, I think Ashton Drake's is 14 and up or something like that. So I try to put that description in there, like what is a reborn, what's a reborn artist. Like I go into a whole big detail thing. But every time Nicole and Renee put their certain toddler doll, it's just one of them, right? And I think it's just one of Renee's. YouTube disables the comments like it's a real child. Special Angel Art Doll said, I will try that next time. I may also try showing my big girl without a toy in her hand to see if that helps. I don't even know if that's the thing. And that's what I'm saying. AI just picks up on that. Like going back to artificial intelligence cannot totally replace us human beings. And Wishes and Wonders said, and yet YouTube allows child exploitation with live kids whose parents use them. Amen again. Yeah, but yeah, if you're going to put your toddler doll up there, got to take your comments. And then that makes it harder for your friends to see, because I was so excited to see Nicole's role play and I couldn't even leave a comment. Like we ended up talking in Messenger because I couldn't leave her a comment. All I could do was give her a thumbs up, and of course here on YouTube, you don't even know who those thumbs up are from. Like on Instagram, when somebody hearts your video on there on IGTV, it tells you who put the heart on there. And I'd really like that. I wish YouTube would use that feature. I really do. Nicole said, if they think she's real, that's a huge compliment to her and her artist. Absolutely. I guess that's one good way to look at it. I'm sorry I keep covering up the camera, y'all. Brenda said there are some of my toddler videos and child that had like reborn child doll in the title, and YouTube disabled the comments. But after changing the title to Big Reborn, it was better. Oh, okay. Well, that's helpful. Let me get the comments. Brenda said, I took all words pertaining to children, babies, dolls, toys, etc., and it seemed to help me keep monetization and comments. I don't have monetization yet, so I haven't had to deal with that. But I mean, one day maybe I will monetize. I don't really get like enough views and stuff. I mean, it'd probably take me a year to get paid $100. I mean, I don't get enough views to really add that on there, so I don't even know. Like most of my videos get around like 100 views or something, some less. Some of them get more. It just depends. Nicole said, "Oh, that might explain everything. Thanks, Brenda." Yeah, I mean, here in the reborn world, like we know, like if I were to do a video with him and I put Maddie Brown in the in the title, we're gonna know that means it's which he's like a 6-month size baby. He's not even really a toddler. He's about 5 or 6 months old. He wears 6 to 9 months clothes. He's actually about the same size the real Skylar was at 5 months old. Like that's what he wore, was 6 to 9 clothes, and some 12 months. It just depends. So he's like an actual size of a chunky 6-month-old. That's what he is. So but anyway, we know he's a bigger baby. We know who Maddie by Bonnie Brown is. So that might be another way. You can put the sculpt name and the sculpting artist in your title, and that's going to alert people, oh, this video is going to be about, a bigger baby. Because I know a lot of people, I enjoy toddler role play videos. Let's see. The chat's going by and I don't know what it's saying. My wee reborn cradle said, "You're welcome." And then Wishes and Wonders said, "The drama brings the views, sweetheart, unfortunately." Who was that to? Who said what? What did I miss? Let's see. Brenda said, "True. At Wishes and Wonder, I have a lot of subs, but small views, but I never do drama." Oh, you mean like the views? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'm not going to do that. That's one thing. Like this, my channel is not going to be about that. And lives and stuff like that, we're going to be having fun. Hi, it's Flexi. We're just going to be like talking and having fun. Like there's not ever going to be a backbiting session on here. And even if someone were to want to get on here and talk about a certain situation and express their opinion about something, I'm fine with that. Everybody is entitled to their opinions. I'm not an opinion stifler, and I don't think that anyone who comes on has to agree with everything I say. I don't want anybody thinking that they have to like agree with me all the time. We can agree to disagree. You can think one way about something and I'll think another. I'm fine with that. I am totally cool with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. I'm not a channel that's going to be like, well, I'm going to block you if you don't agree with what I just said, everything I said. Because different opinions is what makes the world go round. So opinions are fine, but my lives or even in the chat on just my regular videos, I don't want other channel creators brought up or anything like that. I just want to keep it classy. Yeah, if you want to talk about something that happened with you, like a situation, speaking about a situation and singling someone out and like calling out a certain creator name and like blasting it out there, that's two totally different things. But like say you wanted to talk about a situation that happened with you, and maybe it made you feel some type of way. This baby is a reborn baby doll. And I'm sorry my lighting is pretty bad because all my bulbs decided to shoot in my living room, but He's called a reborn baby doll, and he is made to resemble a lifelike baby as closely as possible. He has rooted hair that's put into his head with a felting needle by a reborn doll artist. So these dolls are actually pieces of art that you can hold and interact with. Good night, Gigi. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, they're pretty interesting. Like, we love them. It's Flexi says, wow. And they're great for people with anxiety, depression, or people who just like to collect dolls, or all of the above. Um, we have a whole community on here, people who enjoy these dolls, and we share videos, and we have get-togethers, and we do meetups and everything. Bye, Mia. Thank you for stopping by. And yeah, I'm glad we got to talk about the Doll Mom Diaries again. That was fun. Yeah, I'm glad you could be here too. Okay, Patricia. Patricia says she has to go too. Yeah, we've been on here for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. I appreciate everything being here. Is there anything anybody wants to say before we go? One thing I want to say is everyone is welcome on my channel. And as I said in another video, I have like a handful of people blocked. Oh, thanks. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's Flexi says you're lucky to have a lot of subs. In the grand scheme of things in YouTube, I'm just a little tiny fish in a giant pond. I've got like a little over 1,000. But I campaigned. I did. I literally did. I was like sharing my YouTube channel with like people I went to high school with. My husband can tell you, like, I was blasting it on my Facebook, like, y'all come sub. I wanted to get my community while I was like, you don't have to watch my doll videos. I know you don't like dolls. But yeah, I got a lot of my subs from like family and people, friends from, all over, and people I used to have their kids in daycare. Like literally, I have a lot of subs on there like that. So yeah, I just campaigned a lot and literally just asked people to sub. Like, will you sub to my channel? And people will. Like, they'll do it just to do a favor for you. Like if you're saying, hey, I want to be able to go live from my phone and I want a community wall. And they'd be like, sure. I would have people like my cousin go like 30 people to subscribe to me in one day, and I was getting like all these weird notifications for all these names. And he was like, "Don't worry, that's my buddy. He's fine. He's just." They would have like these very unusual screen names, and I'd be like, "Who is that?" Thanks, Nicole. So I guess everybody's just kind of saying goodbye and all that. So yeah, everyone's welcome to comment here. We keep it respectful. You're welcome to have your opinions, but keep it classy and, no singling anybody out or anything like that. Oh, I'm sorry. Mama's little duckling said the video locks up when I'm typing. My family out of my house doesn't know about it. Doesn't know about what? Your channel? I used to be that way. I was kind of like, I would only tell certain people I had a YouTube channel, and I was just kind of keeping it within the reborn community on YouTube. Well, within the reborn community, period, actually. And then one day it just clicked with me. I was like, you know what? This is a fun hobby. It's not hurting a soul. So I'm not, and people knew I collected the dolls. Everybody knew I had them because somebody would come to our house and my husband would be like, I think he was as proud to show the dolls as I was. He would be like, hey, come check out my wife's dolls in this room over here. Like he would be showing them to people too, which I love. I think that's so great that he's so supportive and everything. But they knew I had the dolls. They just didn't know I had the channel. So then when I just decided, I was like, you know what? There's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm constantly preaching, don't be ashamed of your hobby. Don't let anybody try to tell you how to enjoy your dolls. I take my dolls out with me, like even big ones, the toddlers. I take them places. And, I'm constantly preaching that. But then I was like trying to keep my YouTube channel kind of under wraps, and only certain people in my family and certain people in my friend circle knew, and the rest of it was all doll people. And then I was like, why am I doing that? So when I did that, my channel grew more, you know. I mean, I'm not a big channel by no means, but yeah, that did help me to like boost my subscribers when I was just say, hey, will you subscribe? So be proud of your channel. Oh, I actually said I wasn't leaving. I was just saying bye to the ones that were leaving. Well, we still have 9 people here. Does anybody else have like a topic they want to discuss? Anything else anybody wants to say? Oh, well, I'm sorry. Mama's little duckling said my husband does the same thing. Yeah, it's like it's so sweet when you see them like enjoying your hobby. Like my husband is genuinely happy because I enjoy these dolls so much. How long did you tell me, babe, get a hobby? He would say, baby, please, you know, because he's always been into wrestling and all this stuff. And he would go do things with Skylar, the real Skylar, not the doll Skylar. But they were always, they'd go to these wrestling shows and all this. And, you know, even though I would attend sometimes in support of them, that wasn't my niche. That wasn't my thing that I liked. And he would say, you need to get in a hobby, get involved in something you like. And I've always loved dolls. So, and I watched YouTube. I'm not even kidding. I watched these dolls on YouTube for years before I actually got my first one. And I didn't comment. I just watched. Just watched. I don't know why I didn't get more involved. I guess it was just the fact that it was like the stigma of it's a doll and I'm a grown adult, so I shouldn't be playing with dolls. You know, that's kind of what I thought, or like that kind of doll's not acceptable. You can only have dolls that you sit up and look pretty, you know. So, but anyway, yeah, that makes it a lot better when you do have that support. So I guess if, you know, everybody has said all they want to say, because I haven't had anybody type anything in, I guess we'll go ahead and end this live. I had a lot of fun talking about everything, and I hope that everybody has learned something. You know I've learned a lot. Like Nicole has really educated me. Sitting baby Skylar over here. He's heavier than he looks, y'all. Look, Sailor's been over here the whole time too. She was just hiding out in the corner. But yeah, oh, that's much better sitting on the table. I've been sitting here like with him on my arm, like, oh my gosh. 10 pounds don't sound like a lot, but when it's in a doll that, you know, is like just sandbag, it's like a sand, you know what I mean? Like they don't have any control over their bodies or anything. So it's like all on you. So yeah, holding that 10-pound baby all that time. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and close the live. I appreciate y'all being here. And hopefully next time I can figure out, like I said, I was going to have Nicole on here on a panel. And everything on Google was saying I could do that from my phone. But we tried a practice run before we got started with I did a little live and just did it with Unlisted and just sent it to her to see if we could get it to work. We couldn't figure out how to do it. So I may have to do that from my computer. I'm going to have to read up and learn more on it because I do want to have lives and bring guests on panel. So going to figure that out. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you, Ashley, for helping to mod. And of course, everyone was being so good. So we didn't have a random troll to show up and say some inappropriate things. So I'm glad about that. Y'all have a great night and a great weekend. Much love to y'all. Bye.